Oh, bother.
Hello my friends, and welcome back to Shifting Sands, our Araby Let's Play in Immortal Empires Expanded. And that's a mouthful of a title, but it's worth it because this is such a fun campaign. Sultan Jaffar is the last one that we have not taken a look at his skill tree, so let's go ahead and do that. Now, I did think about moving forward with some of his other skills. Inspiring Presence would be a good one, but he's selfish, and we've got to keep that selfishness going. So we're going to go with Earthing, Magical Reserves, and Arcane Conduit to continue making him the strongest mage or wizard that he can be. I guess really he's a djinn. So next we have come to a decision that Al-Haik is going to stand on its own. We may increase their garrison by recruiting, but we're going to go south. We need to protect the Wizard Callus Palace, at least until it's time for us to take it. Especially with the Crusaders really pushing in on it.
You stand before the Sultan.
That being said, Sultan Jaffar is going to be moving up through the Great Desert, and then we're going to have Haji move down around the coast. Haji is going to be the one seizing the capitals, or seizing the cities. And the Great Desert of Araby is going to be besieged by Sultan Jaffar, where he will force, or coerce, whichever one, the ogres into submission. Hopefully that is the best city to do it, because I really don't want to give up any of these coastal lands to the well, to the ogres. They don't deserve it. But we'll see what they've got going on.
Do you know who I am?
All right. And I believe, other than dispatching a new caravan, that's going to be it. So let's get this caravan out and moving. We're going to increase it all the way, and we're going to send them south. Continue making friends with the undead down here. They're the only Tomb Kings that we don't really have an issue with. Them and the side of the Black Pyramid. I'm wondering where the Black Pyramid went. I would think Nagash would have had to take that if he was coming this way, but hey,
Wizard
what do I know?
of Araby.
That said, that's going to be the end of this turn, so let's go ahead and get into the next one. And we are back. So let's have Sultan Jaffar start moving down into the desert. Actually, we'll have him wait just a little bit. Instead, we'll have Haji start moving towards the city of El Kalabad.
To me.
Now, hopefully, these aren't too tough of battles. I believe that Akba is going to be here, somewhere around here, probably like that region right there. And then Sud is obviously already pretty visible to us.
The Serpent Lord.
Gonna go ahead and increase the Pools of Despair while we're at it. We could build out the Knights Barracks. I'm not sure that that's what we want to do at the Pools of Despair, to be honest. Especially since we already have one. So let's get some coffee plots, excuse me. And then we'll increase the City Watch as we go. We don't really need the Pools of Despair for that. Maybe we'll make this a maybe we'll make this more of a nomad center. And let the Black Tower be where our oh gosh, the urban elites. That's it. Where they come from.
Commander of Jinn.
Now it looks like Wazar is ready for another upgrade. We're going to max out his training capacity. I don't think I've looked at this in a while. So unit experience gain is increased by an additional 30%. I didn't realize that. I thought that it gave a flat experience boost. I guess that's not the case anymore. Or maybe one of the mods changed it. I'm not sure. We'll have to keep an eye on that. And at some point, Jaffar's going to have to return to
Araby,
so that he can start upgrading his troops, switching them out with more palace guards. We're definitely going to need some more of those.
As sure as the sun rises.
All right, and let's go ahead and continue on. All right, and coming back in, usually I don't... usually I would stop to do a diplomatic interaction, but this one was such a paltry one, I didn't feel it was necessary. So what we have done is gone ahead and joined in the war against the ogres. We were about to march on them anyway. Now they just happen to know that we're coming. Not a huge deal. We got a little bit of gold out of the deal, so why not? And it doesn't appear that there's a ton in our way, so we're going to keep on pushing. A watering hole. It's not really going to do a whole bunch for us. Oh, wow. It might be a good idea to capture the Great Desert of Araby and to allow them to have maybe Sud? Akba is going to put up quite the defense, so let's go ahead and get our troops moving down that way.
Hurry.
We'll get Jaffar over to the Black Tower of Arkan, and then he will move out from there.
The Serpent Lord.
Haji is just going to have to hold tight. We'll probably put him in a fortify stance.
Lord,
maybe
and
move
master.
him up the road just a little bit. Now, while we're distracted here, let's go ahead and make sure that we're building up a force to defend our territory up at Al-Haik. We'll start by adding some warriors. That'll be a good basis for an army up there.
As sure as the sun rises.
And we've got some buildings that we can build as well, so we're going to get that coffee plantation rolling. We're also going to, well, I was hoping that we'd be able to take advantage of this, but maybe next turn. We're also going to go ahead and... I believe I said that we would go with the nomads on this one. So we've got desert riders. We could go with that. We're not going to be able to get all the way up that train though, or up that chain, excuse me. And I don't know that I know the Wogson. That said, I'm not really particular to the Southlands warriors, so that's what we'll go with. We'll get the Raiders camp going. And then perhaps here at Akba, we'll build that. We'll build the barracks that gets the Southlands warriors.
You stand before the Sultan.
Now I'm curious. It only provides garrison. It doesn't provide recruitment. I was hoping maybe their main tree would get some recruitment so I could start getting some ogres. It does not appear that that is going to be the case. So we'll let them keep Sud, and that'll be the extent of their power.
Devoted to Araby. Wizard Supreme of Araby. Lord and Master.
And it does appear that we are once again at the end of our turn. So let's get on to the next one. And it looks like we're opening up with a Scheme of Doom by Clan Scryer. Not too worried about them. Hopefully we'll be able to make friends with them later on. And a caravan has been completed, so we're getting that extra gold coming in. And it's time to raise a new caravan. So we did lose one of our great caravans early on. Or, well, last episode. I wouldn't say too early on. But unfortunately, that's just what we ended up that's just what the situation ended up being. So let's go ahead and get this gunpowder enthusiast, excuse me, and we'll see how well he does. We're going to give him 1,000, and we're going to send him... Where should we send him? Perhaps north? It doesn't look like our friends have survived, so that's unfortunate. And it does look like the Kingdom of Kimry is making a huge comeback. We'll have to keep an eye on them. I don't want to send them north again. It would be 9 turns to get to the High Elves. That's quite a distance. Let's make contact with the Imperials. That'll be interesting for sure. Now, looking at our situation, it doesn't look like the ogres want to come out, but it also would be important for us to, you know, protect ourselves, just in case.
Of Araby.
We're definitely not attacking Al Khalabad. But I do want to see what our relationship is with them.
The Sultan.
It doesn't seem like they really care too much for us. Probably because we trespassed into their land several times, and he has a prejudice against us. But let's see if we can
stay. I will hold a banquet in
do something to get relations really going here. I hate that we're having to travel through his lands, but
the Sultan.
You know, it is what it is.
Can I assist?
Protector of the realm.
Nobody really wants to deal with us.
Welcome to my realm. Let no man say otherwise.
We'll be friendly with Manfred.
I will.
Why not? Doesn't hurt us. And looks like that's going to be it for our diplomacy this turn. But we got a little boost from it, and that's what's important. So let's continue to...
Devoted to Araby.
Build out our army. We're going to get 2 more of the bowmen.
You stand before the Sultan.
None may direct.
And I wish that Fortification Stance built a fort like, you know, other Total Wars. I don't know why they wouldn't do that. I know that you have to make new assets and everything for every fort, but still, that, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal.
For the wisdom of the layer.
What is his name?
My axe thirsts
Thick
for
Skullson. Oh, that's a name. All right, so
you stand before the Sultan.
Haji has not moved. He is not going to move. We do have unassigned skill points.
Araby.
It looks like Israel. So let's give him to him. Oh, we're already clicked on him. Okay. Can't really increase any of that stuff. So let's get... Let's make his soldiers stronger. I'm trying to remember what kind of troops he really has. Basic training would be a good one. Although... let's just make his standard troops stronger. We're going to go with the Sultan's Royal Armory. It would make sense that he would have access to it after he's run so many successful campaigns so far. And I'll see you on the next one. Alright, and coming back in, if any of you are studiers or scholars, I don't know, people who study modern history tell me if this march
sure as
reminds
the
you,
sun
like it does
rises.
myself, of
The
the
Serpent
march
Lord.
in, I want to say it was Libya,
Yes,
during
all right.
the Arab Spring. Because that's kind of what I
Lord
think
and
of
master,
when I,
the desert's fire.
have been doing this campaign.
Wizard supreme of Araby.
Especially this march across the desert takes forever to get across. It looks like we're going to have a valiant defeat. Obviously, we're going to have to
I
besiege
will
the city.
crush them.
I wasn't considering that when I initially
The Serpent Lord.
started marching, but here we are. And it looks like we will be able to be backed up, maybe? Yeah. So if he attacks, Sultan Jaffar will
The
be able to
desert's
back
fire.
us up. We're just going to make this a little bit better for us. We probably won't wait for the siege towers. We'll just go in with the battering ram. That could be foolish, but we have plenty of artillery to back us
Commander of
up,
Jinn.
so I'm not too concerned about it. I'd love to get the great cannons going, but that's something that we don't have time for right this second.
As sure as the sun rises.
Now, I want to get this guy some more. What kind of rides can he get? He can get a camel. He can get a flying carpet. He can get a gin carriage. That's sick. So let's go with camel riders. I don't want to give him the same standard army as everyone else. I want to get him some camel lancers. So let's do that. That's going to make him a little bit more unique. And
You
before we do that, let's see what we can do. Yeah, Furious got a big upgrade. I'm sorry, not Fierce. The Black Tower of Arcan got a big upgrade. So, what did we want to do here? Probably going to get some artillery here. But first off, let's go ahead and... we should fortify it. That's exactly what we're going to do. So that's what's going to go here. And then here, let's get... a hookah den sounds nice, but I'd rather have a field hospital. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to wait to build anything here. And we're going to
stand
focus
before the
on
Sultan.
getting some more troops up in the north. Just in case. Now, down back in the south, it is finally time.
Seventh sevens of genes descend
Oh,
upon you.
no, it's not.
Sans
I thought we were
fury.
in the next turn already. So, let's take a look at our technology tree. We'll get into the next turn, and then we will finally have a battle this episode. Can't believe it's taken this long. Usually, we're riddled with battles. Let's go with Savage Ways. We're going to start investing in our nomads here. They're going to come in very much handy as we continue down the way. Oh, that could be helpful. But let's see what else. Just want to make sure that there's not something we should be doing that's better. Wait a second. Local recruitment capacity +1 in all provinces? Forget that. We're going with tribal rights, folks. And that will be that for this turn. So I will see you in the next one, and we will finally have the Battle of Akba. All right, and we're back. We just finished a caravan as well, but we're not going to do any more management stuff. I have teased you enough. Let's get into this battle, the Battle of Akba.
The
Pull a little bit
Serpent
closer.
Lord.
There we go. Let's go. As Haji ordered his troops forward, he looked upon the city in awe. This was not the city that he had seen from the road. There was no sand, there was no coast, and the architecture was not Arabian. It, to his knowledge, was elven? But how? How had an elven colony been placed here without the knowledge of the Sultan? Without the knowledge of the emirs? He knew not. All he knew was that he had a job to do. To take this city from the ogres who somehow maintained it, and to do so before Jaffar lost his patience yet again. And so, he ordered his troops forward. The plan was simple. Make as many holes in the wall as possible, and send the entire army through at once. The numbers would hopefully overwhelm the ogres and see an easy victory. As the Arabian soldiers moved into the city, they believed that this would be an easy victory. They didn't understand just how many ogres were within the city, only that this was a battle that they had to win. But to the ogres, who also didn't understand how the city had appeared here or how they had come into having it, all they knew is that they would not be giving it up. In fact, the city had yet again provided for them a new source of food. And just as quickly as they had entered the city, the first wave of warriors then fled. Hoping to regroup behind the safety of Arabian lions, all they could see were the knights pouring forward. This would win the battle. They knew it. As the Sultan's grand army appeared on the horizon, the warriors who had fled before suddenly found courage, or perhaps just a new source of fear. They knew that were they to retreat behind this army, only suffering would be in their wake. And so they elected to charge back into the arms of the hungry ogres.
to me.
As Sultan Jaffar arrived on the battlefield, he found himself staring at a city that he did not understand. This had not been here before, not when he was in charge. And now that he was in charge again, he would take it for himself. However, listening to the screams of his soldiers dying, he grew impatient. As Jaffar watched his troops still continue to fail, he ordered a new barrage. Whether his troops would survive it or not would be up to the will of the gods. But he would have victory, at whatever cost. As Wazar brought low their slaughtermaster, the ogres began to flee. Victory was at hand. All they had to do was chase them down. However, this still was not enough for Jaffar. He didn't end the assault. He didn't stop the barrage. Instead, he increased it to be ever more deadly, as though seeking vengeance upon his own troops for doing what he asked. Knowing that the barrage would not relent, Haji and Wazar ordered a retreat from the city. This gave the Noblars and the ogres a new sense of bravery. However, this bravery would not hold long. For though the vanguard had retreated, the army that waited outside was still fresh. And leading it was the greatest magician, the greatest wizard, the greatest djinn that Araby had ever known.
As sure as the sun rises. To me, warriors.
Upon looking through the holes in the wall, the ogres and Noblars realized their own doom. And without lifting his sword, Jaffar had taken the city.
To me.
And what a battle indeed a close victory, but one that showed very little impact on Jaffar's forces. His knights did suffer, however, we were able to pull off a victory with pretty small sustained losses, at least on Jaffar's part. Haji, however, took a major beating in that battle, and his troops are going to have to sit tight and recover. But that's it. I believe that was really the main force of the ogres. If they have another, I would be very surprised. But let's go ahead and occupy it. This is our city.
You ain't no tyrant.
And Akba is in our hands. Now, with that over, I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode, but I will be back again tomorrow for another. So, to all my friends, wherever you are, good morning, good evening, and good night. I'll see you next time. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to say thanks for watching, especially to those of you who have been with me since the beginning. I am still having a blast and very much enjoying the formation of this community with all of you. If you have any suggestions for videos you would like to see, please let me know, because I want to make even better content as we continue down this journey together. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing here and want to support me, then you know what to do.
Comment, like, and subscribe.
And we'll see you in the next one.